So I recently got this Towner down tension bar here, and it's supposed to decrease the break angle and decrease the string tension. Let's see if it works. Let's dive in. This right here, this is my 88 335. This is my birth year twin. I love this thing. This is my favorite guitar. I love it more than all of my other guitars. It's not fair, but I love it. When it comes to doing any kind of modifications, I'm always excited and hesitant. And so when the folks over at Towner reached out and said, hey, we've got a system that we think is going to work better than your current setup, I said, great, send it. Let's see. When I have new mods come up that I'm interested in, there are two things that really kind of stand out when it comes to apprehension: install process and accuracy of the claim. Will it actually work? So what's the install process going to be? Is it going to be invasive? Is it going to be like a deep mod? Am I soldering? Am I replacing pickups? Am I drilling into the guitar? Is it all aesthetic? And then that feeds into the second one. Is it going to work? How accurate is their claim? Is it actually going to improve my system? Is it actually going to upgrade it? Or is it going to be purely aesthetic that just enhances the looks? So when they send it over, those are my two big concerns. Will it work? Will it be difficult to make it work? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through this for you. I'm going to do a before, show you what it sounds like, how it played. Not much talking. It's pretty straightforward of what it looked like and played like with the previous system. And then I'm going to show you the build in a time lapse, obviously, because it took a little bit, and talk through some of that build process, show you what it looked like. And then after that, I'm going to play through it again and then talk through my experience after having installed it and played it and gotten to sit with it some. So with all of that, let's jump in. Okay, so when it came to the build process, like I said, I was pretty hesitant. When I first read the instructions, the thing that I was most concerned about, without a doubt, was whether or not I had to drill into the guitar. That was why I went with the previous system. The whole advantage of the previous system gave me the ability to install a Bigsby, which is something I want on every guitar in the entire universe. I love Bigsby's too much, biasedly so. Too much bias, whatever. I love them way too much, more than I probably should. So I was absolutely putting a Bigsby on my 335, no doubt. As you can see here, this is where I'm actually removing it. The Bigsby's now off, and I'm actually pulling off the old system. I had to remove the custom made sticker, which hurt my soul. I love that sticker. That I guess it's not a sticker, but you get it. So had to remove that decal, which I guess it's a custom made plate that's kind of adhesive. Anyways, so this is me testing the size, kind of getting an idea, because visually the two don't look the same length. This is the first one that I took off because of all of this spacing in here. The actual Bigsby tail on this one is shorter. The new one's a little bit longer, so my concern was that there would be less visual real estate on the guitar, which is fine, just recognizing the difference. So anyways, getting back to the actual install process, what I was concerned about was if I'd have to drill into it or not, and whether or not I'd have to make any major changes to the guitar, and I did not want to do that. So when I pulled the instructions out, I had a lot of apprehensions because my fear overrode my ability to interpret. my ability to actually read words and understand what they were saying, because I read it and thought, oh no, I have to drill. You don't have to drill. That is not what happened here. I did not have to drill into my guitar to install the towner down tension bar. That was not a part of the process. In fact, it was extremely similar to the previous install. Okay, so try not to give everything away, obviously. So at this point, a lot of what I'm doing is really prepping the guitar, getting it ready. You can see I pulled off the old gear, off the old Bigsby, the old system. I cleaned it off, I wiped it down, I actually I de-strung it, I cleaned up the fretboard a little bit, just really giving the guitar some TLC. I'm putting new strings on this one, and I'm putting a different string brand. I've gone with Ernie balls for the last probably 2 years on this one, and when I'm not using Ernie balls, my favorite strings, if you're looking for something new, are the Diodario NYXLs. Love those strings. So here you can see, so with this one I was putting on String Joy strings, which was a deviation for me. I've never tried them. They're a local string company here in Nashville. Wanted to see them, got a set, put them on, here we are. So with this one, you can see that with the Bigsby, down here on the tail, it's nice having the second one, down here on the tail, where the actual strap button goes, there's a little piece that you have to install so that you can, grab the cable, install it, insert everything. I got hung up here, not again because of the install, but because of the string spoiler that you can get to make restringing a Bigsby very easy. Check that out. I'm going to put a link below. I got hung up here because I got it was upside down and I just couldn't see it. So it takes a few minutes to kind of get this one going, but at this point, I'm now actually starting to get the tension bar out, get it ready, got it in my hands. I'm kind of holding it. You can see here, the post pins are going in. This is one of those where if you screw one inside, because it's actually already into the post pins themselves, if you slam one side down, then it gets all, you want it to be equal, so you go left, right, left, right, left, right, until you work your way down. I went flush to the body, went all the way down. I wanted to try that. I wanted to start there and then work my way up, which I do later off camera. So I go flush to the body, try that string tension, and then I gradually increase it little bit by little bit. Because every time that you decrease the string in tension, the tuning of the strings change because there's less tension. So obviously, if it's tight at an E and you raise it, now there's more string, so it's going to come out of tune. So I did that slowly and off camera because it would have been painful and would have taken forever off camera. So didn't want to spend too much time making another 30 minutes to an hour playthrough of this. So at this point, I've actually got the string spoiler on, I've got the towner down tension bar on, I've got the Bigsby on, and I'm starting to string it up and get everything into place. You can see that this was seamless. The part that I didn't know when I was reading the instructions were that the towner down tension bar is actually going into where the stud pieces go, right? Actually, it's actually going where the original wraparound tailpiece stud pieces. So that's where it's going. It's utilizing those same studs that I was using before, and that's where it's actually holding on, and that's where it's creating that tension from. I thought this was going to be screwing into the guitar. I don't know why I thought that. That was my fault. No additional installation. So once I kind of get over that hump, string it up, the Bigsby's on, everything's in place. And overall, like in real time, it probably took me 30, maybe 45 minutes. It wasn't as fast as I wanted, but I will say that it was not as nearly as long as I expected either. I really thought it was going to be painful, but it wasn't. So now with that, let's see how it sounds with the tension bar installed and see what the playthrough sounds like. All right, let's talk about the tension bar now that it's on the guitar. So first impressions, starting with aesthetics, I like this more than I thought. The only reason I say more than I thought was because I did like the before look. But as I've been looking at it, I've grown to like it more and more and more. I still think it looks good. I don't think it's clashy. And I also just like, there's something, like every time I see the guitar, I see the tension bar. Like it just grabs my attention, which I didn't expect it to do because it's a small piece of gear. It's not a big obtrusive piece. So aesthetically, I do like it more than I thought. Second was the weight. Now I expected the weight to decrease because we're taking off the Vibramate system, this here, right? We're removing that. I thought this was heavy. This is not heavy. It's actually extremely lightweight, which I'm sure is by design and not by accident. This is a little bit smaller. So I think that with the Bigsby being a little bit bigger, now the tension bar it feels virtually weightless. When it's in your hand, you can't actually tell like that it's in your hand. It's very, very, very light. So this being virtually weightless, again, there's very little weight added. This being a little bit bigger, I think there is some add there. Weighing it before, it was 12.30 pounds. Weighing it after, it is 12.30 pounds. 12.30. So it's currently 12.3. I checked it repeatedly. I really truly thought for sure that it was going to be different. The fact that it was the exact same weight, 12.3, kind of blew my mind. So,
Can't believe it, but it's 12.30 again. I mean, there's a tension bar, there's the new Bigsby, so you can see it's not the same. It's different. It's changed. Still 12.30. It's crazy.
So same weight, which is fine. Not what I wanted, but it's fine. And then I like how it looks. And then the tension itself. So in its current position, I've got it all the way down where it's absolutely hugging at its lowest point, hugging the body, right? Now I chose this position because I wanted to see what the most extreme was. So like raising it all the way up versus pushing it all the way down. When it's raised all the way up, I didn't care for the string tension. It just wasn't, I didn't connect with it. I kind of talked about this earlier. The fact that the string tension on a Gibson is already a little bit slinkier, it was just too much for me to have it wide open. Now it does decrease the break angle, but it just makes the guitar strings feel kind of like they're running crazy, like they're running wild. So having some tension on it, I like that more. It does have, you know, more of a break angle, but I've noticed a little more tuning stability as well. So there's a little less string tension, even in the tightest, lowest position, and there's a little bit better tuning stability. So those are two things that I like a lot. Now I might pull this up later, but currently, since having put it on, I do like where it's at and I wouldn't change anything. All in all, install was really easy. I like the aesthetics. It does what it says. It decreases break angle. All in all, I think it's a win. I'm excited about it. For only 30 bucks, you can get a Towner down tension bar and be really satisfied with the break angle, with the added sustain, and with the decreased string tension, and make an overall improved playing experience. Go check out townerusa.com. Check those out. I think you will be happy. If you're looking for a fun way to mod your guitar, if you're looking for a fun way to mod your Gibson or non-Gibson, I think this is a great addition. Makes it a lot of fun and a surprising result in the end. So thanks so much, Towner. Appreciate you sending these over. Super excited to have it on and be playing it now. With all that, check those links below. There's lots going on. Make sure to subscribe, follow, like, comment, all that stuff that I'm supposed to tell you. And if you don't, thanks so much for watching. And as always, stay tuned.